Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode we dealt with all of our succession issues mostly. We still aren't electing our preferred heir here yet, but we have plenty of time to deal with that, hopefully. Otherwise everything's fine, no faction problems or anything. And we declared a new holy war for the duchy down here, whichever duchy this is. Iskandaria, I guess. So we should be able to win this without too much trouble. So let's unpause and continue. We do have some righteous imprisonments on people, which I think we could consider doing if we needed to, including our uncle here. What did he do? He's the leader of a plot. Kill some person. We probably don't care about that. Or any of these people, really. Till they start causing us trouble, so we'll just leave them alone. Oh, and I guess one of them has just died, so that's fine. That's one way to avoid arrest, I guess. And the new Margravine is relatively happy with me. And we have a new heir. Okay, so we are now electing our sister, Princess Mina, at least for the Empire title. Apparently the Duke of Saxony-Wittenberg here is still ahead of her in the Kingdom election. That's fine, that will probably change at some point soon as well. And our vassal down here is proceeding to the next county after he sieged the first one in his holy war. And we converted a county down here. Let's check on our progress. Our chaplain is still in a county that needs conversion, so we'll leave him where he is. And we are now known as the Chaste. Okay. Well, it's not inaccurate, I guess. And a daughter was born to our uncle. Tall daughter, alright. So it looks like the army of the Hasbaids is headed into this county to try and take it back. I guess we'll help out ourselves and our vassal by going in to fight it. We'll let King Arnold Longshanks here lead the army by himself, though we don't really have any reason for him to, or a reason to want him dead anymore since he's no longer leading the election. I guess he's pretty close though, so killing him can only help. Today, an important foreign dignitary visited the court. How impressed I was when my ward managed to engage in a sophisticated discussion with this dignitary. My ward has learned quite a bit about the art of conversation from me. I'm very proud, so she's going to gain some diplomacy. Just one, that's okay. So we crossed a river. Shouldn't be a big deal though. And we're losing some more trade post sieges up here, which is not really an issue. Oh wow. And King Arnold did a fantastic job. He captured the Sultan himself, as well as this Emir. So I guess we'll just go ahead and... Oh, he did a fantastic job, but he also died. Slain in personal combat. Well, that certainly fixes our election problems. But I appreciate what he accomplished before he died. I think we'll just go ahead and end this war immediately. We could get some money out of a ransom, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. And we will just go ahead and distribute recently acquired land to random new nobles. And we'll create the duchy title as well. Certainly use the prestige and we can afford the gold, so definitely no reason to delay that. I guess we'll grant it to this guy. And we can disband our troops. And boats. Alright then. That was pretty productive. With the city now under Catholic control, the Patriarchate of Alexandria has been properly restored as one of the episcopal sees of the Pentarchy in the Western Catholic Church. It was originally founded by St. Mark the Evangelist, who became Alexandria's first patriarch. God be praised, so we gain 100 piety. I guess that's in here. One of these bishoprics, Alexandria. One of the holy sites of Christianity. I'm not sure. It's hard to see. Let's see, one is in Jerusalem, Santiago, Rome. I forget where the others are. Anyway. There's a pretty large Seljuk army over here, okay. We have fulfilled the ambition to have a son. Our son is named Otto, after his grandfather. He's strong, which is okay. I guess my standards have gone up for what constitutes a talented child, since we've had such good characters recently. But hey, not too bad for our firstborn. I think we can do better, though. And I think now that we're no longer at war, we should be able to go on a grand hunt. Health traits fewer than 1. Oh, and we are still at war as well, so pay no attention to what I'm saying. Because we're stressed, we won't be able to. Well, I guess we could go and help out against Scotland if we wanted to. Seems Jerusalem is in the process of losing a battle over there. And I guess we could win this pretty easily for them without having to expend much effort, so sure, why don't we? And I guess while we have our levy lowered, we may as well try and get this county in here. If we have an appropriate CB. Which I think we do. Yeah, there we go, a de jure claim. Yeah, I think that'll do, and then we'll be... well, I'll be reasonably satisfied with how our borders look here. We'll declare that and raise an army nearby here to deal with it. Should be more than enough. And let's see... Right, 4,000 and 17,000 there. This should be plenty to go over and take care of business in Scotland. And Serbia has won their war. I hope my father's sacrifice is appreciated. Meanwhile, we will raise some boats here. We should have plenty in the Merchant Republic here. We might need a few more, actually. Money continues to flow through the trade post in Avranches, but your relationship with the merchant family that owns it has soured. To teach them a lesson without going to war, you could arrange for a mob to burn it down. I don't think that will be necessary. Thanks, though. So we'll get some good characters in charge of this army. And we have a new Grand Mayor. He is pretty happy with me, and he's also pretty likely to die soon since he's maimed and getting on in years, so probably we don't need to bother trying to improve his opinion. So no problems against this rebel army. And we should be able to siege back the holding that they have as well. In fact, we could just assault it. So why don't we? This we can't quite assault, so we'll just siege it. It's a castle, unfortunately, so it'll take a while. We'll get our good leaders teleported up here to Scotland so they can take over this army. And unfortunately we're taking attrition here, but I think we'll just go ahead and march straight into battle. In fact, we're going to end up reinforcing Jerusalem in this one, that's fine. We should be able to win it for them. Arranged marriage from the King of Norway. He wants to marry Prince Rolf to my cousin. Sure, I guess so. We won't get an alliance out of it, but that's okay. Alright, we won the battle. I think we'll just march straight to the capital and start to siege it. Or actually, that wouldn't even be necessary. We can just leave, and in fact I think we can just march our army across here and disband there without having to bring them all the way home. Be a bit easier. Okay, the excommunication war has ended, so the former king has been deposed, so we have King Dunling in charge there now. I hope it was worth it, Jerusalem. I hope you found that a productive use of your time, and mine. So we have a little army from Anjou here, which is not big enough to actually siege anything, so we can pretty safely ignore it for the moment. We need to appoint a new chancellor. I guess our new Grand Mayor is going to be the Chancellor after our old Grand Mayor died. And we'll see if we need him to improve diplomatic relations with anybody in particular. Seems like everyone is quite happy. Count of Utrecht is probably the best candidate. And we can choose a new ambition, because we had a son, of course. We'll try to have a daughter now, I guess, why not? We will keep Princess Minna here as our chosen heir for the moment. Just so if we do happen to unexpectedly die, we don't have an incredibly long regency. Smallpox spreads across the sea. It seems that plunder and slaves are not the only things the Aztec sailors have brought back with them to their own shores. Rumors have trickled back to the old world, telling stories of smallpox pandemics sweeping across the Aztec Empire and its neighbors. The streets and alleys of Tenochtitlan are said to be littered with the dead and dying, and the Aztec Emperor has commanded the immediate execution of all slaves and prisoners captured on the great eastern continent, in an effort to stem the spread of the disease. Perhaps there is some justice in this world after all. Oh, that sucks for the Aztecs, I guess. They already had a pretty bad time over here in Europe. So I suppose it might help us end this war a bit sooner if we send part of this army to go and siege the enemy capital. So let's do that. Actually, we might as well fight this little army before we head over there. Just in case we can capture their leader or something. And we can invest in economy tech. I guess we'll just catch up on trade practices and construction. And they tried to get away from me, but we caught them at the second opportunity. Okay, the Duke of Dumayat is usurping whatever barony that was the county war that he had declared previously. And I guess we should also check on how our vassal's war is going, since it looks pretty good. 49% in his favor. And I guess he has Bayern helping him. So that should make it a foregone conclusion, basically. We will take all of these people prisoner. Typhoid fever in Ghent. And my wife is pregnant again. I watched my sister Minna at play with another child yesterday and noticed that she didn't want to share her toys. Alright, well, we definitely would prefer if she wasn't greedy. So we'll give her a lecture on charity. And speaking of money, we do have a lot of it, so I think we'll start a round of upgrades building. And I guess, I don't know. Jousting lists give us more heavy cavalry at the expense of other troop types. And also a bonus to heavy cavalry attack. I guess that's our cultural retinue, is the... what is it called? Ritter retinue. Well, I guess we could start building those, or upgrading them. We just build a more general upgrades like the militia training grounds. Yeah, why don't we just do that? And of course, anywhere we don't have the castle town fully upgraded, we'll prioritize that. Or the keeps, I guess, might be more important too. Here we need to upgrade the castle walls before we can do the castle town. Yeah, that was this one, yes. And we can do the castle town here. And here. Alright then. You have improved this count's opinion, that's good. And this has apparently been sieged recently by somebody else that they're at war with. These guys, we're not hostile to them, so we won't be able to take back this siege. So that's kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. I don't feel too well, something is wrong with me. I'm burning up with fever, my nose is running, and my head feels as if someone is banging something hard against it. We are ill, which along with stressed is a little worrying. -3 to health in total. We do have some bonuses, so I don't think we're in immediate danger of dying, but we're certainly in greater danger than we were a minute ago, so let's hope that doesn't happen. Since we don't have as good an air lined up as we had the last time. But we're going to have to wait for the next episode to find out, because we're out of time for now, so thanks for watching, and join me again then.